What's up with it? You watching that Bang Bomber TV? Yeah, we about to check out this clip from the YouTube channel Fame Shockers, you know what I mean? And the title is Young Thug Courtroom Meltdown. Judge add years to prison sentence. Man, this case has been a mess for real. Setback after setback. Man, there's been so many setbacks, it'd be kind of hard to keep up with the case, you know what I'm saying? But let's check out this video and see what they talking about.
You haven't answered my question yet.
I'm not
How
going
did
to
you
answer that question.
You're not?
No, I will not answer that question.
Why will you not answer that question?
Because I want to make sure that what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to get anybody else.
I'm asking you, how did you get this information?
I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying is based on information.
Okay, well listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are going to have some problems.
We can have this. I have problems right now.
Enter the courtroom drama of the century. Young Thug's trial has captivated the rap world, not just for the grave charges he faces, but for the astonishing theatrics that have unfolded.
The tension in the YSL racketeering trial continued today with the lead defense attorney comparing the Fulton County courtroom to Russia.
Now we're getting to the latest in the trial of rapper Young Thug. The 31-year-old is appearing in court today where a judge will decide if his own rap lyrics can actually be used in a RICO case against him. Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, is up against two charges: conspiracy to violate the RICO Act and also participation in street gang activity. He faces life in prison.
From jaw-dropping accusations to fierce legal showdowns, this trial has been a non-stop roller coaster of sensational moments.
We've had yet another instance of alleged contraband being introduced to our space, and as a result of that and a subsequent investigation, one of our inmates unfortunately had to go to Grady Hospital. The other thing I would just invite counsel to talk with their clients about, I know I've mentioned this 3 times now, what is considered to be acceptable behavior. This is the 3rd time that we've had contraband introduced into this in this space.
Here's what happened. We got this video from court. Take a look at the part we highlighted here. Do you see this? Right there. According to court motions, Young Thug's fellow defendant Khalif Adams passed Percocet to Young Thug under the guise of a handshake.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that definitely was a setup. Man, or they was like super bold or super stupid. What the fuck? Crazy.
Right in front of the entire courtroom. Adams is serving a life sentence for... Now, right after what you see there in that video, court documents say that law enforcement immediately moved in to search Adams, who resisted. But once they searched him, the documents say they found more contraband, including Percocet and tobacco, all wrapped in plastic, and food seasonings to mask the smell. The court documents go on to say officers thought Adams swallowed even more contraband, so they rushed him to Grady Hospital. They say court had to be delayed for the rest of the day.
I ain't gonna lie, I knew they was like facing serious charges, but I didn't know people was getting charged for life, you know what I'm saying? So now it kind of makes sense why people in there like fighting. Like personally, I was thinking it was like being too prolonged. I would have been crashed out in that motherfucker, you feel me?
For Darius Dorsey, also known as YSL Polo, was making some unusual hand gestures in court. On Friday, Young Thug's attorney filed a motion to sever from Dorsey, claiming his behavior could negatively impact Young Thug's chance for a fair trial. Well, the motion reads that Mr. Dorsey displayed unprofessional and unacceptable conduct in the courtroom.
From startling accusations to fierce legal battles, this trial has been a roller coaster of twists and turns. At the heart of this tumult is Young Thug's attorney, Brian Steele, who's not only defending but also stealing the spotlight with his unconventional tactics. Let's unravel the most jaw-dropping moments in this ongoing saga.
Every time Mr. Copeland comes in the courtroom or out of the court, he's escorted by a DA's office investigator. You see that? This court is observant. You're not just sitting there in a cloud. You see exactly what's going on. You hear the prosecutor tell you, we were in a room with Mr. Copeland and he said these things. Why? Why do I have to bring it up? You should be bringing it up. This is crazy. This is like communist Russia. Mr. Williams having the worst trial.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, he got a point, man, because this is a real shit show. Like, so many delays and everything. Man, I'd be frustrated, too, if I was his lawyer. And I think the lawyer got a right to be frustrated, too.
This trial has been a marathon of controversies, stretching over a tumultuous year without resolution in sight. Steele's recent actions and subsequent contempt ruling have added yet another layer to this gripping narrative, which commenced with jury selection back in January 2023. Jeffrey Williams, better known as Young Thug, faces charges ranging from violations of Georgia's anti-racketeering laws to allegations of gang involvement, alongside various and in a shocking turn of events, Young Thug's defense attorney, Brian Steele, has been slapped with a contempt of court charge and sentenced to spend the next 10 weekends behind bars. This unprecedented decision came from Fulton County Superior Court Chief Judge Ural Glanville, who was incensed after Steele refused to disclose how he obtained knowledge of a confidential meeting involving the judge, prosecutors, and a crucial witness.
How did you find out about any of that?
Well, I'm disturbed too. And the reason
I'm asking you a question. How did you find out about it?
I'm going to answer you the question.
Okay.
This court
Mr. Steele,
handed
ask
Mr.
me.
Copeland.
Tell me how you
perjury.
got the information.
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court.
It concerns me that you have proprietary information.
Why is it
or
proprietary?
Information that you should not be having that was ex parte.
Why?
With a party.
Why?
State of Georgia.
How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly this honorable court, or excuse me, let me rephrase that, this court supposedly said, I can hold you until the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said, actually, all of the defendants and then all 26 people are disposed of. If that's true, what this is coercion, witness intimidation, ex parte communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I don't know what I did.
Mr. Steele, I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you?
What I want to know is, why wasn't I there? Why,
sir? I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me who did. Tell me who this information was coming from.
I don't want to be held in contempt.
Well, then.
I ain't gonna lie, man. He can get somebody hurt by telling him who gave him the information. You know what I'm saying? The judge, dirty. They could have at least went to recess and had him tell him on the low or something. You know what I'm saying? But like openly saying who told him whatever in there, that can be dangerous.
Answering that question. That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out. I tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contempt because that is not attorney-client privilege.
Attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue. This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted.
Wow, man, that judge is with the shit. He shut that shit down just because of that. That shit prolonging.
To killing Donovan Thomas and was. Don't take my notes. No.
Damn.
Adding fuel to the fire, Steele promptly filed motions to disqualify Judge Glanville from the case and called for a mistrial, citing concerns over judicial fairness. What's truly jaw-dropping? Steele's bold request to share a cell with Young Thug himself during his weekend stints in jail. It's a move that's as audacious as it is unprecedented in legal circles, earning Steele both admiration and scrutiny. Accusing Judge Glanville of an improper ex parte meeting with the prosecution and witness, Steele's actions have thrust the courtroom into chaos.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a real ass lawyer though, man. You like, shit, well, if I'm gonna be in there, let me be in there with my client then.
Legal pundits and fans alike are questioning the ethics and impartiality at play, wondering aloud about the implications for Young Thug's legal battle. In a marathon 3-hour opening statement, Brian Steele passionately delved into Young Thug's turbulent upbringing, staunchly rebutting each of the 36 allegations listed in the indictment. He meticulously dissected the context behind Thug's social media presence, lyrics, and purported gang affiliations, asserting these were expressions of artistry, not criminal intent. Steele mounted a vigorous defense, casting doubt on the prosecution's evidence, particularly scrutinizing witness credibility and the validity of using social media and conduct. Inside the courtroom, Steele delivered impassioned pleas, shedding light on Young Thug's hardships and personal struggles, aiming to humanize the rapper amidst the intense legal battle. Amidst the relentless media spotlight, Steele strategically engaged with the press, vehemently proclaiming Young Thug's innocence and lambasting the prosecution's tactics. His calculated media outreach formed a critical component of shaping public perception and rallying support for his client. Central to the trial is Kenneth Copeland, known as Lil Woody, a pivotal witness deeply entrenched in YSL gang activities. Copeland, a convicted felon, delivered contentious testimony marked by evasiveness and allegations of memory lapses, stirring significant controversy within the courtroom.
Wait, are you gonna let me ask you some questions?
Okay.
How old are you?
Grown.
Okay, what does grown mean?
I'm an adult.
Okay. And when you say you're an adult, what number in years are you?
I plead the fifth.
Kenneth Copeland, known as Lil Woody,
That boy plead the fifth about his age. That's crazy.
proved to be a reluctant and contentious witness during Young Thug's trial. Arrested in October 2021 for possession of a Fulton County, Copeland boasts a criminal history peppered with gang-related charges. Following his arrest, he struck a deal with law enforcement, providing information on past and planned criminal activities in exchange for leniency. His willingness to help secure a confession from Young Thug positioned his testimony as a linchpin in the prosecution's strategy. Throughout the trial, Copeland's demeanor on the stand was fraught with evasiveness and claims of memory lapses. He voiced physical discomfort and exhibited a lack of cooperation, prompting skepticism regarding his credibility and the reliability of his statements, a point vigorously contested by the defense. Brian Steele alleged that the prosecution coerced Copeland into testifying under duress, implying he could face prolonged detention until all RICO cases concluded. This accusation fueled broader accusations of witness intimidation and misconduct within the trial's contentious proceedings.
I ain't gonna lie, they got that boy in the interrogation room snitching from so long ago. He been snitching for like years and years. They just trying to get him to say the same thing he was saying in the interrogation rooms in the courtroom, but he already was a snitch. It ain't even no questioning about it. He was like talking way too much.
And when you were younger, did you go to school?
Yes.
Where did you attend school?
I don't know. I went to a lot of different schools.
Okay, what are all the schools you went to?
I don't recall all of them.
Oh, just tell me something.
I only know one. Slater.
Slater? Is that elementary school or middle school?
Elementary.
Why, you don't remember what middle school you went to? Did you go to middle school?
I think I did.
How long did you go to? Did you finish middle school?
Overall. Yeah, I think.
Okay. Did you go to high school at all?
Yeah.
All right. Please look at those pictures.
Man.
Do I have to look at it?
Yes. I'm going to start first with Stacey Exhibit 350 Yankee. Tell me if you recognize individual Stacey Exhibit 350 Yankee.
I recognize myself.
Okay. Do you recognize anybody else in 350 Yankee?
Myself.
Do you recognize anyone else in 350 Yankee?
Their faces covered up.
Okay. Do you see someone's face who's not covered up in 350 Yankee?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recognize who that person is?
I can hardly tell.
Okay. Is that Shannon Jackson? Your Honor, at this point in time, I'm turning to a picture. Do you know someone by the name of Demikion Garlington?
Street name.
Little D.
For sure.
How do you know Little D?
I didn't birth.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I almost birthed him.
You almost birthed him?
Yeah.
Tell the jury, what do you mean by that?
I mean, he my son.
Okay. And let me ask you this. Do you know another person who's referenced as Little D?
What you mean?
Do you know someone who's called Little D from Cleveland?
Oh, I heard of him.
You heard of him. Okay, we'll talk about it.
Young Thug's trial has been a whirlwind of testimonies and evidence centered on allegations of his leadership in the notorious YSL street gang. The prosecution pulled no punches, presenting a barrage of social media posts, song lyrics, and other activities to bolster their claims of Thug's involvement in gang violence. The saga kicked off with a grueling jury selection process that dragged on for nearly 10 months, exacerbating tensions and frustrations among all parties involved. The prolonged delay became a hot-button issue, igniting debate and impatience in the courtroom. Enter Brian Steele, the legal maestro behind Thug's defense strategy. With surgical precision, Steele systematically dismantled the prosecution's evidence, offering nuanced context to the allegedly incriminating social media posts, lyrics, and activities. He passionately defended Young Thug's constitutional right to artistic expression, meticulously unraveling each thread of the prosecution's.
Man, that's crazy. They really trying to make YSL a gang, you know what I'm saying? So they can use some gang enhancements and everything. It's a dirty game like that, like for real. They really will make a group, and it ain't even gotta be like no gang bangers, and they'll turn y'all group into like a gang so they can hit y'all with gang enhancements and stuff, because then they can say it's like organized. You know, like organized crime is more dangerous than like regular, just like reckless crimes. Like if it's organized, they'll see you as an organization, then they'll boost the charges on you, you know what I'm saying? So basically that's what they trying to do right now, you know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all think YSL was really a gang, or do y'all think it was a rap group that just like, you know, they was with the shit, you feel me, and like about whatever other niggas was about. So I don't necessarily think they was like had to be a gang, you know what I'm saying? It could have been gang members inside of the group, but I don't think YSL initially started as a gang though. But shit, let me know what y'all think though in the comments, and like, share, and subscribe to the Bang Bomber TV. Till next time, peace.